Happy Venus Day, you guys. Welcome back to another reading here on Mini Labs. My name is Coral, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you into this space. As always, we're going to start with a quick little prayer, and then we'll get into our reading. Today, I'm using my Erotic tarot deck, meaning I said this in the last reading, this is a Marseille style deck, meaning not all of the minor arcana is illustrated, which is a little bit hard for me to read, so I'm going to be reading from the booklets, and then I'm going to be channeling a message from Aphrodite to you on the subject of love. All right, so let's get straight into our prayer. And yeah, as a little disclaimer, I cannot tell you if this reading is for you. I know that a lot of tarot readers on the internet are gonna be like, this reading is for you, specifically you who's watching this right now at the morning time or before you go to sleep. That's not me. I can't do that. If you feel it in your body that this resonates, then it probably is for you. If you don't, then let it go and keep it pushing, you know? So yeah, feel it in your body, take what resonates, leave what does not. So yeah. Okay, I invite you to close your eyes for a moment as I invoke Aphrodite in this space. Let's take a couple deep breaths together. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more time. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Continue breathing like this as I invoke Aphrodite. Con la luna como mi testigo y el sol alumbrando mi camino, I call upon Aphrodite, goddess of love and beauty, warlike Aphrodite Areia, born from Cornish and risen out of the sea foam. Common to all, Aphrodite Pandemos, who welcome those who seek her with open arms. Laughter loving, Aphrodite Philomedes, your joy infectious. Blessed be the space and blessed be this channel we open to commune with you. Okay, you guys, let's get into our reading. Okay, so I'm gonna shuffle the cards. I'm gonna spread them out, and then we'll see what's up. We'll see what Aphrodite wants to say to us today. Okay, hold on one. And it is you. Four of candles. Okay. Let me really quickly get into the four of candles. Here we go. Your first big success and the stability it brings. A base has been erected on which to nurture and build your ambitions. A time of relief and domestic bliss. Cohabit and harmony. Take care. Don't slack off now. Protect and maintain what you've created. There is still much work to do. I feel like a lot of the time when we have the thing, when we acquire the thing that we have been longing for, that we have been desiring, we kind of like put our guard down and we just sort of like bask in the glow of it. And it's not that that's something that we shouldn't do. We should definitely bask in the glow of our success. But like, we shouldn't put our guard all the way down, okay? Because like the little booklet thing said, the work is not done. The work is never done. The work is never truly done. And there will always be something to be done. There's always gonna be something to do. And I feel like specifically it has to do with intimacy this time. Like the work is surrounding intimacy, because like you will never know somebody truly 100%, because we're always growing, we're always evolving, we are always learning new things about ourselves. And oh my god, I forgot, my friend had a baby gender reveal party recently, and I forgot that I was like touching this. I was like, what is this? And it's Team Girl. Anyways, sorry about that. We never truly know ourselves. So how do we expect to know somebody else entirely? You know what I mean? Like, we're always going to learn new things about ourselves. Therefore, we will always be learning new things about our partner or our friends, our family, whatever, you know, are the people around us. So to just kind of like sit back and think, like, the work is done. I already have the person. I already have the thing that I wanted. I don't have to nurture it. I don't have to take care of it. It's mine already. Therefore, I'm gonna put my hands down, stop working, no. Like, there's always gonna be something to do. And I feel like in terms of intimacy specifically, like, you have to put in the effort in order to make known your feelings, to have your feelings be known, as in, like, say words. Like, okay, I don't necessarily believe in the 5, is it 5? I don't remember if it's 5. I don't even know if it's 5. I think it's 5, the 5 love languages. Acts of service, touch, quality time, gift giving. I don't remember. Anyways, but those, I don't truly believe in them, because the guy who made them, super Christian guy, and he kind of just wanted to manipulate his wife and just be like, hey, my love language is acts of service, therefore you need to do all these things for me. But there is science behind it. There aren't just 5 love languages. It's a whole spectrum, you know what I mean? And we don't just have like 1 or 2 that are strongly, like, again, it's a spectrum, right? So with that being said, I don't really believe in all that, but it's kind of important in the way that, like, we communicate. It's important in the ways that we communicate, because, like, we don't all have the same sort of love languages. We don't have the same ranges, right? So it's very important that we communicate ourselves, like, hey, I really need you as a partner to do X, Y, and Z for me, to feel loved, to feel cared for. Can you do that for me? You know what I mean? And, like, what do you need in order for you to feel loved and cared for by me? You know, it's that. It's that type of conversation. And, like, it's not an easy conversation to have, because, like, I feel like with the way that TV and the media has portrayed love in the past, communication hasn't necessarily been one of those, like, really big things. And, like, actions have always been the big thing. Like, actions speak louder than words and all of that. But, like, words are really important, guys. Okay, words, speaking out loud, communication, very, 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 very important. And I feel like we don't stress that enough, you know? I feel like we have really internalized that actions speak louder than words, and we haven't really allowed ourselves to, like, speak and communicate. And we're kind of losing that. We're kind of losing our sense of communication. I don't think that's the correct term, but, like, we're losing how to communicate with each other, basically. And we expect others to kind of, like, read our mind, and it's like, that's not how shit works. You gotta use your words. You gotta, oh my God, this is falling. We're gonna let it fall. You gotta use your words. You gotta communicate. It's very important. And yeah, it's hard, but it makes shit easy in the long run, okay? Like, you gotta do the hard thing so it becomes easy in the long run. And, like, I feel like a lot of us just need to take a deep breath, because it's never that serious. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's not that deep. Like, we make it deep because of our feelings and our emotions and whatnot. But, like, if we take a deep breath and we separate ourselves a little from the situation, it's like, oh, it wasn't never that deep. Like, I could have just said, I needed you to do this, and it would have probably been done. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like what she is stressing today is just communication, communicate, speak to each other, please, for the love of everything holy, speak to each other. Like, that is what I'm receiving, that is what I'm getting. Like, she just wants us to speak to each other, because I feel like we don't speak to each other enough in ways that actually truly matter. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like with myself specifically, it's really hard for me to get into, like, the deep shit, even with, like, really close friends, because, like, I feel like we've as a society have been taught, especially as like femmes, like we've been taught to be seen, not heard, you know, and like as children as well, like children should be seen, not heard. Have y'all heard that before? Like we've really been taught to sort of like be quiet and follow somebody else's lead. And for a lot of us, it's going to be really hard for us to communicate our needs because like we were never really taught how to do that. And it's relearning how to do that. It's learning how to do that. Not even it's literally just learning how to do that because a lot of us has not been taught that. It's going to be really hard at first. It's going to feel like pain. Like whenever I have to communicate something that like feels like big for me, it literally feels like pain in my body, like in my chest. It feels like this like dread, like anxiety, like something heavy in my stomach, you know. And like I've learned it's not that deep. I've learned by doing it, by practicing what I'm saying, that it's not that deep, and it's better to communicate rather than just let it fester. Because like it's letting it fester, it's letting it rot. Whatever we need, whatever we desire, it's letting that rot inside of us, and we get petty and we get mean because of it. And like we don't want to be petty and mean to the people that we love. Why would we ever want to be petty and mean to the people that we love? You know what I mean? Like that's why I feel like communication, that's why she's stressing so much about communication. Like communication will save you from a lot of grief, but like a lot of us just don't know how to do that. A lot of us don't know how to communicate, and that's okay. That's okay, you know. We live and we learn and we grow. That's what life is about. So you don't have to know right now. You just have to be willing to put in the effort to communicate. Like this is all about being willing to put in the effort. This is all about kind of like, yeah, it's all about putting in the effort. It's about allowing ourselves to put in the effort. Because like if we don't allow ourselves, if we don't feel like we're worthy enough to put in the effort, like why would we, you know? So sometimes we kind of have to be like, I'm doing this for this other person rather than doing it for myself. Sometimes that makes it a little bit easier because like again, we don't feel like we're worthy enough to allow ourselves things. So we have to like separate ourselves a little bit, and we have to be like, hey, I'm not going to do this for myself. I'm going to do this for somebody else. I'm going to do this for my partner because my partner deserves that. My partner deserves my effort because I love them and they love me and whatnot, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Communication, important, especially when it comes to intimacy. Like if you want to be intimate with a person, you have to communicate. You have to communicate it, okay? Like it's just all about communication today. All about communication this week. So yeah, actually she wants me to pull another card. Is it literally that one? No, it's this one. Two of Roses. Okay, let me pull up the little thing real quick. Sorry guys. Wait. Sorry. I'm gonna try and find something less awkward to do while looking for this is two. Okay, two. I have it. You're making your game look easy. You understand that interest needs not compete when you manage your affairs with care and skill. Take care. Are you still sitting on the fence? Remember that people are not pawns, however fun the game. Like, yeah, that last part. People are not pawns, no matter how fun the game is. Like, you have to remember, people have feelings. People will have thoughts of their own, and people will need things of themselves. Like people will need things just as you need things, and we can't just ignore that. Okay, like again, this is the same thing with communication. And if you want to have some type of intimacy with a person, like emotional, physical intimacy, and you have to communicate, but like sometimes we forget that other people have their own thoughts, and that we can't put what we think onto them because they're their own person. They're their own entity, and we gotta treat them like one. We gotta treat them like a completely different person because they are like a completely different person than who we are. So we have to learn to speak their language. We have to learn how to speak them, you know, we have to speak our partner. We have to become fluent in whatever our partner speaks in order for us to like truly feel like we're getting somewhere, okay? Because I feel like when we're starting to learn how to communicate, we learn our own communication style first, and we kind of like ignore, we kind of like, oh, everybody communicates this way. Like, no, not everybody communicates the same. That's the whole point of the love languages thing, right? Everybody has their own set of preferred love languages and whatnot, and we have to be like, oh, okay, so for you to feel loved, you need me to do X, Y, and Z, and for me to feel loved, I need to do A, B, and C. So how do we mash that up? And it's being willing to put in the effort. It's willing to put yourself in uncomfortable positions in order to learn. And like, I feel like with this card with the Two of Roses, she is like saying it's gonna be uncomfortable. It's not gonna be fun. Like, even if the outcome is fun, even if the intimacy feels good, even if the goal of the situation has been reached and you are satisfied and whatnot, like, it's not the end. It's not the end, and we need to continue doing this. This is something that is continuous. This is something that we will not stop doing, right? And it is something that I keep hearing, it's like learning a new language. It's like learning a new set of rules. It's like learning a new, completely different game. And we have to be very versed in it in order for us to feel accomplished, you know? But like, it's gonna be hard. You know, it's gonna be hard, and it's gonna be uncomfortable, and it's gonna you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. That was the thing. I just got like a ding, ding, ding in my head. It was like, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. That's what she wants me to remind you. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes. Mistakes are the opportunities of improvement. Let me repeat that, because I don't think I said that correctly. I didn't enunciate that well. Anyways, mistakes are opportunities of improvement. Mistakes are opportunities of improvement, okay? Like, you gotta make the mistakes in order to learn, okay? You're gonna fuck up, meaning if you fuck up, you gotta apologize, okay? So how does your partner want you to apologize? Have you communicated with them with that? I remember I went to a retreat for my YTT, my yoga teacher training, and we were going in a circle, and we were like, I need this to feel comfortable in this space. And I said, I need open communication, because like, I'm bipolar, and sometimes I do things that I don't realize that I'm hurting people by saying the things that I say in the way that I say them right now. And somebody asked me something that I hadn't thought about. How do you want me to communicate that to you? And I was like, oh, it's like a light bulb went in my head. And I was like, I guess in private, like stepping me aside, don't just like call me out in public, you know? Because like, if I hadn't communicated that, they would have probably called me out in front of the whole group, and I would have been really embarrassed and really ashamed and whatnot. But no, we communicated, and we were like, oh, thank you, you know, I would prefer if you would do this instead of this, you know? It's that. And it's gonna feel very vulnerable, and vulnerability will feel raw, and you will feel like you're bearing yourself, and like you're naked, and it's like, but it's worth it. At the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it, because it's gonna make things so much easier in the long run. Like, I don't know how to stress this enough. Like, it's gonna become so much easier, but you have to allow yourself the hard part. You have to allow yourself the hard bits, because if you don't do the hard bits, how do you expect it to get easy? You know what I mean? I feel like I just went in like circles with this reading, but that's me. That's how I communicate, in circles. So let's wrap it up. Anyways, intimacy, communication. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna feel really uncomfortable, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. I promise you it's gonna be worth it. But you have to allow yourself these uncomfortable bits. You have to allow yourself to sit in discomfort sometimes, because we're not perfect. We're not always gonna be perfect. Perfection is a myth. Perfection is something that is unachievable. It's a construct, you know what I mean? And like, if we continue to be like, I need to be perfect, I need to do everything by we're just gonna keep fucking up, and we're gonna feel like shit about it, and then we're not gonna want to do the thing. And we just have to like Okay, take a deep breath, take a step back, sit down, really listen to what our people are saying to us, and really listen to what we need, and then make your decisions, and then make your moves. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we move from like really high emotions, and it's like you're seeing this from a very heightened perspective, rather than something a little bit more calm, rather than something a little bit more tame, right? Like with high feelings, it's gonna feel very big. So it's not making it small, it's making it manageable. It's making it like a bite size, you know? Bite size. We gotta make it bite size. So sometimes we just gotta sit down and we gotta write it all down, and we have to be like, okay, I want this. This is my goal. What is my partner's goal? What does my partner need? Because this is what I need, but I know that my partner needs something different. So how do I communicate that to them? You know? And if your partner doesn't want to do this, and if you're not comfortable enough doing this with them, like, are they the right person? Think about that. Because like, I feel like it's not that it's with the right person, this is gonna feel a lot less scary, okay? Because I feel like with certain people, we feel like we're being judged, we feel ashamed, and like, we don't want to feel that when we love somebody, right? We don't want to feel ashamed of speaking up when we need to speak up, right? So find somebody that makes you not feel like that, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I need to start a drinking game and be like, drink every time I say, you know what I mean, like, you know. Sorry about that. Anyways, some partners are not going to be the right ones, and that's okay. We live and we learn. Again, we're going to make mistakes, and that's okay, because we learn from these mistakes, opportunities of improvement, right? But we also have to communicate to ourselves. Like, I feel like this is going to be the hard part, because at least one person who's going to watch this is probably in a toxic relationship, and you're trying to get yourself out, but you feel like this is what you deserve. You feel like you deserve this toxicity, and you don't deserve it. You don't deserve your partner's wrath, because you have done nothing but live. You have done nothing but exist and desire what any other human would ever need or desire. You know what I mean? Like you're not too much. You're not asking for too much. You're just asking to be loved, and that will never be too much. And there will be somebody out there willing to put in the effort to love you the way that you deserve. And if this person that you're with right now doesn't do it, then they're not the right person, and you need to cut them out. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like, again, I went around in circles, and this just completely fell off my hair. So anyways, I'm gonna pray this out, and that's gonna be it. Sorry, I'm listening. I'm like trying to figure out if she wants me to say something else. I feel like she does, but it's like she wants me to summarize everything. Like, I tried that already, and then I continued to speak. So, okay. Intimacy. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be complicated at first, because we don't know the language. So we have to learn how to speak the language in order for us to be able to communicate the way that we need to communicate with our partners, right? And if you find that language, you feel ashamed for even trying to learn how to speak it, then fuck that guy, fuck that girl, fuck that person. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's just she grabbed onto the whole toxic relationship thing, and she wants me to continue on that, because like I can't stress this enough. Like, you don't deserve this toxicity. You don't deserve to be with this person who treats you like shit, okay? Because like, we feel like we deserve it sometimes. We feel like this is the only thing that we should deserve, but like, who deserves that? Who deserves that for just wanting to love and exist and be cared for, right? Like, that person just sucks. Okay, it's not you, it's them. So get out. I know it's easier said than done, but like, you can make moves. You got this. You have more power than what you think you do. Stand up for yourself. Like, you got this. You're doing amazing already. Just the fact that you're surviving this toxicity and that you're surviving this mess that you're in, like, that's proof enough that you're strong as hell. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. You're stronger than what you think you are, okay? So, and you deserve a lot more than what you think you do. So, oh, there's another thing that she wants to say. Like, sometimes we don't need to be in a relationship. Sometimes we just need to be with ourselves, you know? Sometimes we just need to love ourselves. Not necessarily first before we love somebody else, but sometimes we just need our own love before we are ready to put our love onto somebody else. Because again, we have to speak our own language as well. And if we can't speak our own language, how do we expect other people to learn our language? You know what I mean? So I should put a counter with how many times I say, you know what I mean? So, okay, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna pray us out. Thank you, Aphrodite, for being here. Thank you for being here and listening to all of this yapping. I really appreciate you for being here. And yeah, that's it. That's our reading. I hope that something resonated. So, yeah. Okay, let me pray this out. Okay. Gracias a nuestra querida luna. Gracias a nuestro querido sol. Gracias a nuestra querida Aphrodita por haberse presentado aquí. Thank you for allowing us to receive and love our turnout and love. Ah, that's it. That's our Aphrodite's Pearls of Wisdom for this week. I'm so excited. Oh my God. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you guys on Monday for vibe check. I'm thinking of doing something else. 3 videos a week. But for right now, it feels a little heavy for me. So stay tuned for whatever else I decide to do. But for right now, Monday. We have a date on Monday, okay? So, yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday for vibe check. Bye!